The subject of today I'm going to talk about become a champion of inclusive entrepreneurship. Life may place many obstacles in our day-to-day life, but these obstacles are sometimes opportunities in disguise. I'm Dr. Sai Kaustuv Dashgupta, having rare brittle bone disease, having more than 50 plus fracture. Today I'm here standing, I'm sitting with a symbol of possibilities, not the limitation, but the positive side of life. As a transformation from the adversities, there was a lot of suffering, lot of depression, lot of anxieties, but today's Sai smile is globally famous. Let's start the journey. I am going to take to you all today the way I redefined my life, the way I retransformed small things about me and made my disability a superpower. I don't know if I heard about disability before my talk, but I'm carrying a rare brittle bone disease. Their doctor diagnosed first time I'm having OI, this brittle bone disease, and they prescribed my parents, Sai need to be taken care specially. So take care of Sai, handle with care. When you get an Amazon box in your door, it says the glass, take care with, handle with care. So that way I'm having that glass bone, anytime, anywhere, it can be fractured. And that's how my childhood started. I never had a normal childhood, but there was always an inside tool to express my emotion. So the society feel like disability is a weakness. They feel it's all about limitation. But for me, those limitations were my strength, because I was inside so much powerful that I never allowed the disease to break my heart. So Sai is having unbreakable spirit. And that's how the transformation started. More than 50 times fracture happened, but another side, I started my career with dancing and singing and getting lot of award for my music. So 500 plus felicitations were there, but I used to go with music with the fractured hand and limbs. So that's how I feel it is all okay not to be okay. Sometimes we feel imperfections are major priority in our life. I am going to say today that you have all some imperfection in this hall, because imperfection is part of our life. We are running towards perfection, that every relationship should be perfect, every job, every career should be perfect. But I want to say that we know we are not even perfect, but the main magic is there when you accept yourself and world recognize you. So authenticity of yourself is very important in society. And the way I started my dancing, I had to stop it around 5.5 years, because that's the time I didn't know that what will be my life look like. And my parents were very much eager to see the smile in my face. They said, Sai, aur kuch karte hai. And then they told, okay, why not you do music? Because it was already in my home. My mom was a musician. So I came into music, but the way my life got transformed, people often call me today wheelchair warrior of India. But believe me, I never planned my life in wheelchair. Nobody does that. I never planned that this wheelchair will be my lifeline and I will be confined 24/7. But a dancing kid to become a wheelchair warrior, lying down whole day for 6 years, it was all a big surprise of my life. But all these surprises make me to understand that everyone has a different story. But as long as you self-accept yourself and all the things you are going to get, the redefining things in your life is going to stay with you forever. So authenticity is the now connecting bridge for your leadership when you become an entrepreneur. We came to South India for a betterment of my health, but I did not know that my side effect of the disease will make me confined more. So in fine morning in 2009, I found myself confined into a small room of my bed, and I could not come out. And that was 2009 to 15. I had a big break in my life, the setbacks, and which I was not prepared for. I could not come in my wheelchair. From 2001, I could not walk because of a mishap from the medical side. You know, sometimes we feel we are the planner of our life. We know the jigsaw puzzle, how to fall in the place. And when it is not falling in the place, we complain. That's our habit. But how we can control, which is beyond our estimate. So that 6 years is valuable in my life, the way I feel. And then I went to out and see India from the perspective of a person with mobility impairment. 90% mobility impairment is not an easy deal to carry with. And I was surprised to see that the infrastructure and surrounding of my building and the outside society is not ready with wheelchair accessibility. And that's how I felt that people call us disabled. How can we be disabled? Because I am a Limca record holder with one finger typing 28 words in 52 seconds, which you cannot. So how that disability thing can come? So it is, I think, getting equal access when you are, in a journey of entrepreneurship, when you are asking for making the society diverse and inclusive, make something in your mind that it is not about equality always. It is needed to be done with equity. There is a big difference. Equality means giving a resource to everyone freely, equally. But equity means catering an individual's requirement. So we need to see what we need in society. Then only you can take the journey and become successful entrepreneur. Because you do something and people need something, then you are again placing the wrong puzzle in your big picture. So when we go out and ask for equal access, people feel that we are asking extra. I want to say that according to our PWD Act, every public infrastructure needs to be equal access. So it is not we are asking extra. You are using stairs, we are using ramp. The destination is same. So when I saw my surroundings are not accessible, I said I should not wait for people to come and do the things accessible, because accessibility is not only always physical. We need to think accessible. Our mindset need to change. So I went out, became an accessible advocate. Wheelchair warrior, when I became in 2015, I came out, and first stigma and stereotype type thing which I faced that time, I'm not going into deep, because for me, challenging my suffering one side, and another side, taking the society's exclusive and the way they saw me that kuch nahi hoga Sai se, I had to do a lot. And when I came out as a speaker, I faced a major setback that in society it is a mindset that only physically fit people can become a role model. Why so? That model hook is there in our mindset that only the physically fit, gorgeous, handsome people can walk on the ramp. But I felt I have to go to gatherings, I have to go to public function, and I cannot make myself a poor, down-faced person, because that's how society expects us to be. Come with sympathy, bechara, kya hoga iska. I wanted to change that, so I had to do some styling. So adaptive, accessible clothing, me and mom started, and I became first time in my journey an entrepreneur of adaptive clothing. I tested what is entrepreneurship. I tested that how a parents become joyful when they see their children in accessible clothing. Because for us, we cannot move our limbs and hand easily. So with innovation and accessibility, some garment need to be designed which we can easily access. And I became the first inclusive model to represent inclusive fashion in the entrepreneurship. it's not a destination when you are doing entrepreneurship. I was an entrepreneurship for 3 years. I did this accessible clothing. It is a journey to address unmet needs. Because when you are going outside in the society, mixing up with the people, doing network and exchanging ideas, you come to know what is lack. And that's the time I felt like there is a lot of life coach and NLP coach and a lot of coaches are there. But how come happiness coach? So, and then I found in India there is nobody to give happiness coach. But I had to go in to do it from the Transformation Academy, Florida, and I became India's first disabled happiness coach with certification. Because without certification, India में कोई पूछता नहीं है ना. So I had to do it because I started mentoring people and I never thought to become a speaker. For them, I need to make disability can become a super powerful tool, and we are enough capable to lead an organization because I represent India in United Nations from all over 40 countries. So it's possible. When I was in this 6 years time, I used to hold a lie down and see my ceiling fan rolling slowly, slowly, slowly with the depressive eyes. But one day I felt, what about those people who cannot sit properly, cannot lie down properly? At least my parents can make me sit in this cot. And that's the time this all affirmation thing which you see in the screen, I practiced one day at a time, talk to myself and talk to all the things which I never wanted. Because every morning when you go up in the mirror, you look at yourself and you appreciate yourself. That is also some achievement. So waking up and not giving up itself is a victory. And that's how I come out from the depression, because I felt Sai is not here for a small people. I have a lot to do in this world, and agar karna hai to kuch bada kuch karna hai. So I practiced and finally I came out with the help of my parents and my brother who are present in this hall today. They did celebrated Diwali inside a room for me to come into the normal state, because mental well-being is something very crucial. We do everything for our physical well-being because there is gym, but there is no gym for our mind. So you need to give some food for your mind. And that's how my parents became the angel of my life, and they said, Sai, kar paoge. You have to do, because your life is a beacon of positivity for the mankind. We can do many things for the people to come up from the depression. So I think the change maker, I became India's change maker, and there was a survey happened, and in the survey they were looking for people with disability to represent and doing leadership. When you become an entrepreneur, you become a leader to handle with lot of people, give them tasks and give the skills to upgrade themselves. So it is all about bringing changes in society, and it never happens with one person. If you are becoming an entrepreneur, you need to work with people, and then only you can see some change. So everybody has something good in them. Your journey is to discover that good. And when you find and discover that goodness, you become a change maker. Because inclusion, diversity, and all these things is not something to go up in the stage and talk. It is something to experience, explore, and then become a change maker. So change starts from you. Never expect people to change for you. You are the change maker. Just start from today and see the world with a different, non-judgmental look. I am towards the concluding thoughts. I just would like to say that from the beginning, from Siliguri to Bangalore, my life has saw very carved down faces. Many times I was very good in education, and once I remember I was in class 4. My mom was actually teacher in my school, and my mom had to take care of me 24/7, because that's the most scary part of my childhood. Nobody can even predict when the fracture can come. So I was so happy that day I came top in my school in 4th standard. I went to mom classroom and I said, Mom, I became top. Let's go for a dinner. I came back to my classroom and one of my friends came and shook hand with me. Congratulations, Sai, you were the top. Next moment I had a major fracture hand in my hand. So the destination of the restaurant changed to a hospital. And that's how I had to balance my life. And I think it's all about roller coaster. The way entrepreneurship for my life is also a roller coaster. It is all about to bring that X factor. And what is that X factor in your life? Think about it. That is something you are born with. Because sometimes we acquire talent and upskill and certification before becoming a successful entrepreneur. But there is some X factor you are born with, the default software. That is what I am famous for, my smile. So it comes to you free of cost. You don't have to pay for a smile, but do not be conditional smile for likes, comment, and share in Facebook and social media. Smile from heart, because that smile has the transformation journey to become an inclusive entrepreneur. Why to do something as a startup? We can at least spread our smile to the people whom we know. And that X factor can leave you a big picture which can define whole life. So people call me specially able Divyangjan, differently able, Bechara, or bahut kuch. But originality is this, what you can see in the screen. I am not only specially abled, I am a limited edition. Thank you. Thank you, GIBS. And thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity to share my journey of being a happiness coach, being a smiling person, being the best speaker, giving 1,000+ sessions all over the world. But today I'm so honored to be here in this prestigious place and giving this speech to all of you, that remember one thing, what I talked all about, that nobody can make you down when you self-accept, and you are the winner, you are the change maker, and because you have that magic to make your entrepreneurship inclusive and diverse. So go for it, be yourself, be unique, and be motivational to everyone. Thank you so much.